Hi, it's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. How's everybody? I'm back again with another journal. This time it's called Dawn. And this one is the other part to the journal that I made a little while ago called Dusk. So it is about sunrise, this one, and about all the different colors, the beautiful shades in the orange, red, and yellow, and so on, that we see in the morning when we get up and at dawn, and maybe some things that we might be doing. So this journal in size is about, let me see, about 7.5 by 5.5 inches, and the spine is about 2 inches. So about a 5 by 7 journal, and just a good enough size to get your notes down and your thoughts and so on. So on the cover, I made a collage on here with lots of different fabrics, and I put ribbon on the side here as well. And the journal has 3 signatures, and it's about 120 pages or so altogether, front and back. And I have a button here. Actually, I found a button that was just in the beautiful reddish color of the morning sun, and just fit perfectly with these colors as well. So I have the different textures here and different color fabrics and ribbon. So a lot of different texture on in the collage here, and my own photograph of trees at dawn that I put in as the center in as well over here. So I'll show you a little bit more as soon as I unwrap it, but let me show you the tassel is the usual ribbons and so on that I like to include, and in the colors that will complement the journal. And then over here we have a little charm, if I can get it around. There we go. A little sparkly charm. Also reminds me of the sun as well. A little bit sparkle on there, and then a little bit beads here to go with these colors. So on the back, I have some ribbon as well, and but try to use this beautiful purple. Let it show through. And then here in the middle, we have lots of different fabrics, and I used buttons as charms this time, and they look quite cute on here as well. And then on the top I have the usual eyelash trim and ribbon and some different things here in the colors that I love, the corals and orange and red and yellow and so forth. So over here, this is sari silk. I put a couple of strands together and sewn through them, and it holds quite well. So that is the closure. And so let me show you a little bit more detail on this collage. That turned out quite beautiful. I put lots and lots of textures, so different things that I have here, burlap and some threads. And over here, I believe I have like organza fabric, and just some different silks and ribbons and so on. And these two are my photos that I attached. So let me show you inside Dawn. So to begin with, I do have a lot of orangish color, yellow and reds, like I mentioned, throughout the book, so that everything sort of represents dawn in its actual sense, but it's not necessarily all about sun or the sky. So I do have different things that I've added. So in this front pocket, I have a larger tag here with a little bit of ribbon and some more texture on the side. And I found this beautiful antique wallpaper sample that I thought would fit quite beautifully in here. And then I also added some different sewings on there, so it's a card that you can write on the back. And then I included this leaf as well, a fall leaf to go with it, since we are heading into fall, looks like. But today is a very beautiful day in New Brunswick, so very sunny and warm. So over here is one of my photos of windows down in Croatia by the sea, where they have the older buildings. And so this was somewhere at dawn or sometimes in the morning. And I have stamping over here, this coffee stain. It turned out really well. And then I also used some inks all over the journal. So here I have a small fabric pocket, and it's backed with a book page, and inside I just have little bits, journaling cards that you can use for some smaller notes. You know, anytime you might just want to drop, put in like a date or some small thought. And then in the back we have a pocket as well, some stamping and also stenciling and a little bit ribbon here. And this is a coffee. You might have an espresso in the morning. So of course you can write on the back, and a little bit more texture here as well. And this is my photo also. And here's some stamping and some fabric ruffle in this beautiful coral color here. And a journaling spot here. A little bit of a stamp in the yellow and the reds and so on, and feather as well. And this is envelope pocket. So inside here we have antique or vintage journaling card or index card. And maybe this lady is picking some flowers in the morning at dawn. She seems to have the right color dress on. And some stenciling here, and also fabric collaging here as well. And I stamped up lines here for you, and this just turned out so beautifully. This sort of almost like marbling effect, but it is just inks and another coral ribbon, and then this red button that goes with it. And in the back we have a little bit of a snippet or a cluster of the round ones. I did a tutorial on these. It was on a strip, and I have been using them one by one, and sometimes a couple and so on throughout the different journals. So I included here some birds in these dawn colors. And then over here is fabric sample, and a pocket here with some collaging here as well. So lots of collaging and sewing. This is something, I don't know, I did once upon a time. I think maybe didn't turn out really well. Some sort of impression, I think. But the colors are muted. And so this is the original artwork. And I don't know, I just thought it might belong in here. And it just goes beautifully complementing this next page as well. This is more of almost like tracing paper. And I did a lot of stamping on there and more threads here. And I printed some photographs of the vintage paintings to go in these pockets. And then here's more of fabric and a little bit of a notebook here. So some different papers here for you to write on. And then this is a half page here on this ledger. And then a little bit of stamping and sewing on this half sheet as well. And then I did some scallop edging over here. And here is someone, looks like maybe he's going out on a boat to go fishing at dawn. So a beautiful photo. And then in the top, I do have a little bit more paper for you to write on here. And a little bit of red on this one. And some more of the ribbon edging. This is another one of my photo. I just thought these coral flowers or roses would be perfect for this. And then I did find some a little, not a poem, but words, snippets anyways. This one says, with the light this morning and his bright red hair, all to go with the colors. And then some of the little, texture, tactile things here. And my little beads in the middle. These ones are yellow with gold. And then some, looks like a mossy swamp here and a tree at dawn. And another little notebook on the top. So you can fill these pockets with, whatever you might have. And put the little notepad somewhere else. And a little bit more scalloped edging here. And a little bit more of the stamping and another notebook here. So lots of extra space for journaling. And there's lots of fabric samples, another journaling spot here. And I just like the texture of tracing paper. And then I use some different stencils, whatever I happen to have, actually some packaging or something. Whatever it is I have, I use that. And then the other side of this very soft, silky, I think it's silk probably, sample, fabric sample. And over here, a little bit of that handmade paper from India that I have a pad of, and I'm using it very sparingly. So I love this color, and I thought I would put it in here. A little bit of paper collaging. The other side of more birds here. And this one, this page, it has, first of all, the coral ribbon. And over here, I added one of the window, let me see where it opens over here. Okay, over here. So one of those window envelopes, and I did a lot of collaging around that. And then I included more roses in here, and also some more of collaging on top. So of course you can write on it in the back. It does have a little bit of writing, looks like, but you can write right over top. But it looks so pretty here inside the window as well. And then here it says sun rays and morning, those scribbles that I do. And a little bit lines here. And another envelope over here with a postage stamp and some feathers. And inside is a little journaling card that is coffee dyed. And a little bit of, looks like ships at dawn. Okay, so here, I'm just going to get this back into this pocket. And here I printed something from the New York Public Library and added a little bit of gold on this paper clip. And it's a song sheet, and it's cover, you know, vintage from way back when. This one's a Love Sweet Dawn. So I did look for something that had words dawn on it, and this is the music sheet for that. And I did a little bit of inking and aged it up a bit. And it is printed on, it's almost like, I don't know if it's vellum. It might be vellum, I think, this one, because it is a little bit sturdier than your regular paper. And then here you have a writing spot and a little bit more fabric ruffle here, or ribbon ruffle. Stamping lines here. And this one is my image at the Adriatic Sea in Croatia. And I have some ledger on the back to write on this. It just so happened this boat was coming along while we were having supper at a restaurant by this sea there, and the boat came right into the sun. It was just the perfect timing. And then here I have a very vintage index card with these cutouts here. I'm not sure what for exactly, but I thought it just might offset a little bit all this green, all this orange and so on with the green color. So over here is a sun at dawn through the trees, and a beautiful collage here with some cheesecloth and ribbon and book page and so on. So that's the first signature, and now we're gonna check into the second signature, have more stamping here. And so this one also has different fabric, but same type of little envelope. And it has a little bit of shiny bead in here, and like a tiny bit of collaging all together here. And then over here as well. And this is where we were sitting actually when I took that photo afterwards of the boat. So inside here is just more of your small paper that I like to put in. Let me just see. This one seems to be tracing paper, and let me see what this one is. Oh, a little bit, just looks like a rose, I believe, just in the same colors as well. Okay. Okay, so on the next page here, we have another pocket, and so a lot more inking and stenciling of all kinds here, really, on all the pages throughout. So over here, we have yellow roses on this one, and ribbon and paper collage on the top here. And on this one, I have another window pocket. And this one, you can see the lady, she is sitting in her garden, perhaps at dawn. I just love this little peekaboo things that are over here. And let me see. So it is, she's sitting in the garden, what it looks like with her dog here. So one of those 1800s paintings. And then a lot of collaging over here as well, all around the window. And we have another envelope here. This one is the airmail envelope. It's coffee dyed, and there's a stamp on there, and a little bit of a red poppy in here just to show. Oh, look at this! Isn't this a beautiful ace heart on there? And also I printed this as well. It looks like maybe in Japan or somewhere like that. Also, maybe the Fiji mountain. There's a Fiji mountain at dawn.
Fuji.
Oh, Fuji. Yes, the Fuji mountain at dawn. And some stamps here, and a little bit more birds in the colors, collaging, and another little fabric sample here of these looks like embroidered flowers on here. And over here, a little bit of a writing spot, and then over here is a little bit more of a little folder, I guess, with some threads on top, and a bead here. And also I covered this rose with, I have this sort of, I don't know if that's what you call organza, but I have this fabric that is completely sheer or see-through. So anyways, I just covered it up for a little bit of a sheen, if you can see that. And then there's also collaging all around. So this pinkish color, because sometimes you see pinks, stamping. And then over here with this one, this beautiful, beautiful, what I did was I scrunched up this paper. It's already a little bit thinner paper that I have, not quite tracing paper, but something very thin, maybe the newsprint or butter paper, as they call it. And I scrunched it up and then flattened it again. And then when I inked it with the different colors, it gave me this beautiful dawn. What I call dawn, and it was maybe the sun in the middle and some yellows and a little bit even darker colors. You know, as the sun comes up, it's still a little bit dark around the sun. And so it just almost looks like mosaic or stained glass or something of that sort. And then a little bit of yellow here and blue. And this one too is really a coffee stained piece. And then I also did inking through a ribbon, and almost looks like a mountain here with some water maybe in the sand. That's what I see in this picture. I'm not sure if you see anything on there, but I'm definitely seeing a little bit of a mountain and water and sand here at dawn, of course. So in the middle, I'm sorry, not the middle. So on the next page, a little bit more stamping, and this one is also my art, and actually I signed this one. I should sign the other one as well that I showed you earlier. This one was also stained, first of all, in this beautiful orange color. And then I did stenciling and collaging and coffee dyeing. And then I used my inking tool and I just made a sun over it. And it's just perfect. Almost reminds me also of the sun over here. Very, very similar colors on that one. And then some more coffee staining on the page. Now on the back, I should mention, is fabric. So if you want to write on it, you might want to try with a gel pen or a Sharpie or something like that. Or just leave it as it is, also very beautiful. This got stuck to the pen when I was coffee dyeing and gave me this beautiful design as well. A little bit of shiny ribbon on top with some eyelash trim and a little bit of a notebook here. And stenciling, a short page, and more of that edging here, scalloped edging. And here is another little notebook inside this pocket, and this beautiful yellow daisies. And then I have this paper also is a little bit of the shiny with those metallic paints that I like, so that was painted in that. And then another one of my photos here, the little yellow beads, and a whole bunch of different tactile things over here. They can see this is a larger size of that photo where we were sitting having dinner at this restaurant by the Adriatic Sea. And then on the back, another pocket here, collaging, and maybe this looks like a garden room at dawn. And a little bit more of edging here, and stenciling, and another snippet here. And over here, more flowers, and then a little bit more coffee staining. And here they're having, looks like a breakfast at dawn, sometimes in the morning, having tea and so on outside, which is very lovely. So I did have breakfast outside today myself. And then a little pink button here. And this is the other side of that mountain, water, sand picture that just happened to come together. A little bit more different staining over here, and yellow ribbon on the edge, the other side of this fabric. just something orangish that was in my flower book, and a little bit more birds. And this is a pocket you can put something in as well, and an envelope pocket with a vintage stamp. And this is again those windows, another photo that I took in Croatia, and then a little bit of a fabric tab on the. Okay, here we go. And just stamping here, and then here also another beautiful collage that came together. And on the back even I have different papers, including that metallic paint one. And then this just came together somehow. I was putting many different colors together, and that's what came out somehow. And then I added a little bit of orange fabric and so on, so it turned out quite beautiful for a Dawn tag. And stenciling here. So the third signature starts here, and here we have another window from Croatia, and another little pocket with some more of the little papers inside. Fabric pocket, of course. In the front here, envelope, whatever you might want to call it. Then over here is a painting of a lady in her rose garden in the morning. And over here, I put a window on here. So over here, I have another window envelope. And this time I took a picture of, it's like an old-fashioned mailbox in Zadar that I took. And it's just, the whole thing is beautifully yellow that I just thought it was perfect for here. And I put a little hairmail tab on it. And more collaging. So lots and lots of collaging in this journal, and lots of texture and original art and so on. A little bit more stamping here, and a little red button here with gold. I did give you one pocket here also, or one of the few pockets that I left empty. I usually like to fill them all up. And then this one I also just love. The whole scene is also like the sun and sky and flowers or trees and so on. Just beautiful. And then this is another stamp that I have of these flowers. It says violets, but I used different colors on it. And then this beautiful marble effect here. However that turned out. Sometimes you don't really know how it turns out that way. Even if you wanted to, repeat it, you might have to do trial and error. So this is a boat at dawn, a beautiful old painting. And a little bit of a journaling spot and some more birds in the color. And this is from that Indian paper pack that I have. This one is looks like embossed paper as well. And then fabric sample in this one, in the gold and brown and green. And then this is the whole page that I did of that kind of scrunch and release. I don't know what I might call it, scrunch and release maybe. Paper, I smooth it out, and then when you ink over it, it gives you this marbling effect, or maybe like a stained window effect. It's just beautiful. And then on the back as well. And then over here is another one of the photos. Looks like a castle at dawn. And a little collage here. And another little notebook here. And stamping and cutout here for edging. And then a little notebook inside here. Inside this beautiful dawn photo. And a little bit more collaging in fabric. And this is the center of the third signature with the little beads and this marbling effect here on this page. And then I also included lots of tactile little samples and so on, words and so on inside it as well. So lots of sewing here, and a little bit more of a notebook here, just a couple of pages extra because there's so much of embellishments on the pages. I included lots of extra paper as well to write on. And so lots of ribbon and different things here. Some more of the collaging, and then one more here. Looks like maybe on a farm somewhere getting ready for work at dawn. And this is the other side of that stained glass paper with the scrunch and release process. and the other side of the fabric here. And I just left this, I didn't cut it off, I just left the strands as they were because they look so beautiful. And then a little bit more from Vintage Flower Book here, and some birds collaging. More birds here in a writing spot, some page for writing here, more flowers. And this one is also very pretty, looks like a lake at dawn. And then I included some coffee filters that you might want to put somewhere else or use in a different journal, just in case, you know, you might think of something. Now this is from a Victorian book of household goods, this one here. And then here the sun is setting, looks like maybe already going down. And some more stamping here. And here this beautiful yellow background and a lady having her tea in the morning. Maybe a little bit later than dawn. It looks like quite sunny already, but still a good little image. And over here is another song printed out. This one is Day Dawn, and with a pretty lady on here in this pocket. And at the back I did more stamping and put my company logo on here, or my shop logo. And over here, one last tag here. This lady looks like swinging, but her dress, this is original from a book, and her dress is in this beautiful shade of orangish yellow. And I thought, well, she's up early and getting on the swing and having some relaxed time. And then maybe like a painting number or something here. And this beautiful scalloped ribbon on top. And a leaf over here in a little bit pinkish. So this is Dawn. I hope you enjoyed looking through it. It is in my shop right now, so if you want to check it out, please go to RoseByNameCo on Etsy. And I'll be back again, I'm sure, either with another journal or maybe a tutorial and so on. So I hope you check back at some point. Have a great day. It's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. Take care. Bye-bye.